You can't turn your phone on recording. Go the other way.
Yeah, you can. We can. Oh, you can't on yours. Weird. Okay. Well, hi guys. I guess we're on Jay's phone tonight.
Tried something new, and the phone seems to have a little more clear picture, but it didn't quite do what we expected.
It's not turning the other way.
Yeah, usually we're vertical tonight, so.
But does it look better? Do we look like more clear? Can you tell us?
Either way, anybody who can respond, that would be awesome. And so tonight, we had a really great day today. Today, we took Rachel to GCU, where she's been accepted with a scholarship. And it's an amazing school. We were just really impressed. We did a campus tour, and they kind of showed us, how everything is laid out. And it's amazing. It's kind of like a resort. It's a college resort.
Oh my gosh. I would love to have gone there. It's so cool.
So we spent the day with her and hung out a little bit and kind of saw what her program was, and she's trying to determine what degree she wants, and so she set up a standard of a degree that she wants to go for, and it was just really awesome. And then, of course, later on in the day, we have to go help Kim's mom, who got her room painted and put her furniture back, and
so we're
all
late
that fun
tonight.
Stuff.
We're on the late night show tonight.
Right. Yeah, because we're doing it at 8, which is what we did before, but as the winter comes in, we want to do it a little bit earlier, as you've already seen us doing. But tonight it was just a lot to do, so we're doing it now. And we're going to talk about a couple different things. And a subject that we've talked about before was spending time together, spending time alone, spending time with just you and your spouse, your husband or your wife, where there's no kids, no interference, nothing to interrupt, just having time alone where you can just hang out and laugh. Because too oftentimes we get caught in such a rut and we get upset, and we're always in the middle of doing things like keeping the house clean and going grocery shopping.
Well,
and
we always have something to do. I mean, that is just the way life is. And Jay and I were really, really good at the beginning of our relationship. So we were together for 10 years before we had kids. So we went on all kinds of vacations. We would get away, but we were also living alone with our dogs. I mean, it was almost like a honeymoon every day. So
because we had no
kids to worry about. We didn't have to worry about that stuff. But when we did have children, we still made it a point to make that time. Like I would plan the vacations, and I would say, Jay, this is the time you need to be off. This is what you need to do, and this is what we're gonna do. So it's so important to just get away. And we went to Sedona, and we just went up Sunday morning to Monday. That was it. And we stayed at just a hotel. We didn't stay at a resort. We stayed at a really good quality hotel with comfy beds that wasn't super expensive. And we went hiking, and my gosh, we feel so refreshed, because the last time we did something like that was our anniversary back in May.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't, and I think we don't do that enough, because we get, like as I was saying before, we get so caught up in everything that we have to do that we kind of lose sight of each other. We kind of lose sight of our marriage and our relationship, which is supposed to be, aside from God, number one. So God is number one, your relationship is number two. The kids are secondary. But we get that all confused sometimes when we get busy and we have things go wrong at work, and all of a sudden it becomes a priority. And we kind of set aside our relationship, which is generally what causes so much stress between us, is the lack of time together.
Right.
And especially for us too, she's out doing her things that she needs to do. I'm out doing the things that I need to do. And it just makes it really difficult. You want to show them that book?
Well, it's backwards, but we've been doing this devotional.
What's it called?
And it's called Sacred Marriage, but it's the devotional portion of it. And I want to get the book, because this is just amazing. So I want to read this to you, because this is from his devotion. And these devotionals are just amazing. I think I'm on number 23, but this is number 16. And it says enjoying each other. Okay, God calls us to enjoy each other. So he says, and yet our weeks and our evenings can get so busy that we miss time set aside for pure enjoyment. I used to laugh off date nights as impractical, but I've since come to see their essential place. A couple needs to set aside some regular time, and the date, in parentheses, doesn't have to occur in the evening. When they get together simply to enjoy each other, this is God's good plan and design, his gracious gift to us. When a couple tells me, because he counsels couples, when a couple, and this is, by the way, Gary Thomas. When a couple tells me they've fallen into constant quarreling, 9 times out of 10, It's because their marriage has become utilitarian. Who will pick up the kids? Who's gonna pay the bills? Did you pay the bills? I don't know. Did you pay that bill? It's your turn to cook dinner tonight. No, it's my turn. No, it's your turn. Or what are we gonna eat? Or who did the laundry? Who cleaned the house? And the element of enjoyment for pure pleasure goes sadly lacking. It's so sad, and we all fall into it. We're all guilty of it.
Right, and the time alone, and it could be something as simple as renting a comedy and watching it at home. Put the kids to bed if you have that ability to put the kids to bed. You know, and
or lock them in the garage.
Yeah, lock them in the garage. You know, I got.
Or lock us in the garage.
Yeah, you know, just away from them, away from life, away from thinking about life, and just that 24-hour period that we spent. And when we leave, we're telling ourselves, okay, no phones, no work. No thoughts of work.
Well, there's still a little work, but we try not to.
Not helpful. No phone, no work. Set it aside for 24 hours.
Hey, Clint's watching.
Clint, sorry about that. We're not going to be selling a house while we're doing this, okay? But there's no reason why you shouldn't be taking time alone. It's very important because that connection time makes a difference. Like we just did this, we come back and like, oh hi honey, it's good to see you.
We didn't argue or bicker once the whole time we were on this trip, and all we did was go to Sedona, hang out on what are they called?
I don't know.
What are they called? Lounge. What are they called?
Oh,
hammocks. We went over by the park there by
Talakipaki
back in the corner by the Los Abrigados.
We just laid in the
hammock. We just laid in the hammocks and took a nap and went hiking. It was super great. So you don't have to do anything major, and then we had an amazing dinner. But just spending time with no stress.
Right. It's huge, and you know we come back and we're more relaxed, and we've always done it this way. But you know, back in the day when we didn't have God in that relationship with Him, we weren't focusing Him and bringing Him in on it. What we were doing was just going out and having a really good time and partying, where we almost need the vacation after we're on the vacation. Right. And sometimes we just need to have some peace, lying on a hammock, doing nothing, looking up into the trees. We were actually having a competition, watching leaves falling from the trees, going, which one's going to land on us? And we were trying to predict which one's going to land on us.
And we actually fell asleep for a little while.
And we're not thinking about anything. You know, and just having that time together, side by side, it's just huge. And we don't do that enough. We get caught up in this world. We get so busy. And the time alone is very required for us now. And we had it before, but again, it was so active that we had to do all this stuff that it wasn't relaxing.
And a lot of times we were with our kids, you know, unless it was before that. But we never realized how much we had alone time before the kids until now, when they're right across the hall.
Right. And there's so many other things that this helps too. You know, it's a Sabbath of a type. It's a Sabbath, and it's a rest for you to get a rest away from the world. And we just really emphasize that it's just really important to do these things. It does take away the stress between the two of you. And even if it only lasts for a week or a few days, that's a few days that you kind of take a break and look at each other. And I don't mean a vacation, but when you get back from your vacation, for a few days, all of a sudden you're a little bit nicer to each other. You know, you're a little bit more relaxed with each other, and then you start to see the value in it. You know,
and I literally laughed at his jokes up there. Like I don't normally do that. Down here at home, I'm so like focused on everything that I have to do.
On all the wrong things.
And being a mom, and it's wrong. I shouldn't be like that.
All the time, right?
But this reminds me, when I take these little breaks, that I do love him. Minus all the distractions that we have in this world, all the stress, I do love him. You know what I mean? And I would pick him again, and we have so much fun. And I laugh, and he's funny. And I think we miss that. We tend to get so busy with the wrong things. And our families are important, and our kids, but you've got to take that time, just that time away, and it'll build your relationship to be stronger and stronger with the Lord too. So.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so we're cutting it short tonight. We had a long day, and we thank you guys for watching. Like, share, everything. You know how we say that always.
Right.
And invite others to our page. We've had a few people share, and some people who have been invited. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you. We won't see you next week on Wednesday. We'll probably be there on Tuesday next week, but we'll let you know. Okay?
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.